Sunday. You enter the church. Everyone, the girls, everyone is wearing bikini. What would be your first reaction?
Oh, I saw you almost bikini.
How would you feel?
That's your church.
No, I'm coming. How would you feel?
Normal. Some man say bikini and but
so when you are entering the church, how would you feel? On the normal, you be like,
no, I won't say that. Bikini. The only disappointment would be like, why didn't you inform me someone saw a bikini?
You enter a church and then the man of God is wearing cap, no yak on one side.
That's the kind of churches I want to attend because we need souls. I love churches that understand say you can drip, drip and come.
Sorry, chorister come and sing. Na chorister should be a tight biker sword. How are you leading the congregation with something like this? No, I am telling you, there are some things that are not supposed to be allowed into the house of the Lord, and it's not even about Christianity.
This thing that this lady is saying is not something that is new. It is something that is being spoken, being preached, being taught by great, high respected men of God. And so I'm not surprised of what this lady is saying. Understand it? There are high gospel, well-known people, gospel musicians that are now propagating some kind of dressing, some kind of fashion into Christianity, and they will tell you that God likes beautiful things, God likes nice things. That is the stuff. That's what you have gotten to now. They are telling you that God doesn't like nasty things. That a Christian, you come and dress as if you're an old man. You dress as if you're an old woman. That is how they describe people who try to dress modestly. That's how they describe them. Are you getting the thing? So now Christianity or church that we call today is rated by the quantity of people that are in the church, the number of souls that you claim you have won. That is how they used to rank or used to rate a church. So you see what the lady was saying? He said that's the kind of churches that she want to go because they are winning souls. They allow you to do whatever you want to do. Is that what God has said we should do? The Bible have made it clear. Hebrews chapter 12 verse number 14. It said, let us live in peace with all men and holiness. Without it, you cannot see the Lord. What is holiness? That you are saving souls because you are saving souls, it should allow the people to dress anyhow, live anyhow. That is why we have gotten to. That's why in the church you can find any nonsense in the church. Brothers and sisters, let us know that the God that we are following is not a casual or a God who doesn't know his left and right. When you see a police, you see the police in first impression, looking at the dress, you know that this is a police. Are you getting the thing? When a police is passing by, what is the first thing you're going to use to identify the police? The dressing. When you see a nurse passing by, what is the first thing you're going to use to know that this person is a nurse or a doctor? The dressing. A lawyer, you will know. A judge, you will know. There are professions that when you see them, when you see somebody holding hammer and saw and nails and this thing, what are you going to use to describe the person? A carpenter. You understand it? That is the same way in Christianity too. The same way when you go to the shrine, when you see them, these traditionalists, you see their dressing. You know it by their dressing. When a traditional dresser, you come and you see them. Recently, the funeral at Kumasi, you saw them. When you look at the dressing, you know that this ones, they are traditionalists. Nobody will tell you that this one is a traditionalist because you have already seen it by the dressing. When you look at a Muslim, you will know it. Then why Christianity? We cannot identify Christian by the dressing. Now, that is how we have the devil has infiltrated the church and has lowered the standard of holiness in the church. That is why today we cannot even identify a Christian by dressing. But in the olden days, when you see a Christian without even somebody tell you, you will see from the dressing. But today, because you have lowered the standard, you don't even know. Let us know that your dressing speaks of you. Okay? If you are a Christian, you need to be different from the world. So if you are a Christian, you are going to church and you are wearing mini skirts, you are wearing tight dresses, that is as reflected the outlines of your body, and the prostitute is going to a nightclub and she has also dressed the same way, and you are walking on the same street. When somebody is calling, look at that prostitute, would they say the other one that is the prostitute? No, they'll say both of you are prostitutes because of the dressing. When they are chasing thieves and you are not a thief, but you have done rasta as a man, you have done rasta basket on your head, you have dressed you have worn that madman trousers with some kind of dresses you have worn with some kind of rings on your hands, and you're not a thief, you are just walking by, and the police are coming, they will catch you because of your dressing. Charlie, let us know that even though dressing is not the most important thing, dressing also speaks a lot, and it is important for you as a Christian. You need to be distinct. The first thing that people you will see from you, or people are supposed to see from you to know that you're a Christian, is by your dressing. Your character is something that they will get to know eventually as they relate with you. You understand it? So the level that we have reduced the kind of holiness in church today, where pastors are now looking for quantity more than the quality that God needs is dangerous, and it's very, very concerning. You need to know that I'm not here to attack anybody, but I am here to tell you the truth. Okay, these things are things that are moving on and on and on, that you need to drape. God like nice things, dress nicely. So the fact that you have to dress nicely means you need to dress anyhow. Brothers and sisters, what kind of thing is that? What kind of thing is that? Christians, you need to be holy. The reason why these people have gotten chance to talk anyhow is that some people that try to dress very well, their character is bad. This is why people talk against dressing modestly or dressing well as a Christian. There are some pastors who have understand it one way. Okay, they preach holiness in one way without talking about the life or receiving of the Holy Spirit to teach you or to guide you to build character. No, some people preach only holiness. That is why some people they are able to adapt to it, adapt to dressing long, dressing very modestly, but their character is evil. That is why these kind of people talk that there are people who even dress from head to toe, but in them they are evil. Yes, it is true, there are people like that. But should that make us to go and dress anyhow because we are good? No. If you are good in your heart, it must show everywhere. You can be hypocrite in dressing long, but you cannot be hypocrite in showing your character. Character is just like pregnancy. You are carrying. No matter how you cover it, a time will come that it will show. People will know that you're not a Christian. So the fact that you're wearing long dress too doesn't mean you're a Christian. You need to understand this. We need to know that God that we are following is not looking for quantity. He's looking for the quality of believers. That is why every day, every hour, He's waiting for us, preparing us, trying to make us holy. So don't be deceived by these kind of things that you are in the Gen Z, so you need to dress anyhow. Live your life. Dress. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Hey, don't joke.